My name is Daniel Little and I am the Executive Director of involveMINT. I have over 4,000 hours of community service in and around the community. I've volunteered. I've done 2 terms for AmeriCorps, and in my experience with AmeriCorps, I've kind of been witnessing all of the shortcomings that nonprofits face. We recognize that a lot of the challenges that the community faces cannot be solved with just one-off volunteering. They require sustained participation. And that's one of the many reasons that I started involveMINT, especially for young millennials, which is sort of the main demographic that we're hoping to attract. A lot of them have different varying schedules. A lot of them are busy working, longer hours for lower wages. And I believe that the nonprofit sector hasn't really caught up with that and hasn't really been given the tools to accommodate people. What we're doing to connect nonprofits with volunteers is we're creating a mobile application. This mobile application is called involveMINT, and what this does is it hosts a digital currency that is based off of time. So a volunteer who would give their time to communities would earn what we call a time credit for every hour that they serve in the community. They can then spend this time credit at local businesses and institutions, and this kind of incentivizes volunteer participation, but not only incentivizes them to get out and get involved in the community, but it also provides the resources to have their participation be sustained. The unique value proposition for us is that we give a sustained way for rewarding volunteers, and not just rewarding them, but supporting them in their service. So one of the organizations that we're working with on the north side is the Light of Life Rescue Mission, and they do a lot of good work in the community. And we're working to fill opportunities within that organization that are particularly underserved. Some of the businesses that we're partnering with include James Street Gastropub, Venture Outdoors, and the Photo Antiquities Museum. So anybody volunteering for Light of Life could then spend their time credits for a kayaking adventure. They could spend it at the James Street Gastropub. It's sort of amazing, the team members that we have, because they're very passionate about this idea, and they've been willing to put so much time in as volunteers. So I think a lot of this funding will help build the next sort of iteration of the mobile application. And that iteration involved integrating social media with our mobile application to bring more attention to these projects. Right now, this application literally just posts different volunteer opportunities and then allows people to redeem time credits at businesses. There's no sort of way of automatically creating content to attract people to these opportunities. Also, it would provide a stipend for different team members who are going around on the north side and going around to different communities, developing these partnerships and maintaining these partnerships with different organizations, with different businesses, because it's a lot of work to build these partnerships. It's a lot of work to educate people on how time credits work and making this ecosystem work for everybody. Coupled with the incentives, coupled with attracting people to these opportunities, and coupled with getting people working together to solve community issues, I think that whole ecosystem around that has a really big potential to get people a lot more engaged.